Trust me, gay is in, gay is hot. I want some gay, gay it's gonna be. Trust me.
Hi, everybody. It is Friday. I know that I promised a lot of people that I would talk about the past, and that's what we plan to do. Now, a lot of people have asked, like the main thing is, oh, hold on. Oh, someone was a little late to the party, but it's okay. Scientology Cheese, so good to see you. Let's say hellos and then we'll get directly into it. We have Mandy McGee, meow. Got to go to bed early for flight tomorrow. Have fun. Well, thank you so very much. Lady Jane out. Yes, I'm here. I made it. A Liz live. Love you, Liz. Well, love you too. Thank you so very much. Mary, I just had this. Hold on 1 second. I was wearing it and then I was like, it doesn't really go with the ensemble. And then I was like, you know what? It goes with everything. So Mary, I do want to say thank you so very much. And thank you for the Pokemon from the new collection. I want to say thank you. It means the world to me that you sent it to me. So I just want to say thank you. Well, you not sent it to me, but you sent it with yourself to give to me. So thank you so very much. I just want to say thank you. Haggis Basher, again, I love your accent. I hope one day I get to meet you or at least talk to you. Maureen, hi Liz and everyone. And there's Scientology Chi. Crazy Love is Love. Hello, woo woo. She's here. So we could get started. I had to wait till she got here, everybody. SPTV Gaming Community, SPTV Gaming in the house. Liz, I have both my profiles here. That's double the watch, double the time, like double the Lady Jane. Nice. I love it. A witness. Hello, Liz Ferris. You have such a good heart. I'm sure your health will improve. I hope so. It needs to. Dr. Heather, hey, driving home. Will be here as soon as I can. Well, thank you so very much. We also have Yadra in the chat. We have Never in Nana. Hello. Cookies Minion 278. Olive Jews. It's Olive Jews. Olive Jews. It sounds so much like I love you. I love that. Auntie M, so good to see you. Crazy Love is Love. I love you too. Thank you so very much. That's right. Save Bob Ferris, Roberta. Save Bob Ferris. But I was being asked, when did this all start for me? And for me, it started with me. Oh, your mom, Oshi, I forgot you. I'm sorry. And Karen, I forgot. I apologize. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. If I did, just comment again. Hey, Tracy Murphy. But basically what had happened was I received a call in May and they were asking for me to make a payment towards his freeloader debt. As far as I know, he was dead, and so they couldn't collect on it. Or they, could they collect from me? I didn't know. And so I had called Claire. Well, first I messaged her and asked her if she knew my dad, and she said, yes, I do know him. And I said that I was told that he died in 2004. And from then on, she's like, no, because in 2005, when we were there, he was alive and well. Now, the part that I didn't know is that that means that he tried to escape. Now, with escaping, that means blow. So that means leaving without permission, because in Scientology, you basically have to write a CSW. Okay. And in this CSW, for layman's terms, it's basically asking for permission to be able to do anything. Where you want a day off, you want some extra time to yourself, you have to ask your boss, and then your boss asks their boss, and everybody approves it. Now, 9 times out of 10, I got him approved. But most of the time it was because I was hanging out with Golden Era Production. Question, will you be having a live stream with Poe? Not that I'm aware of. I haven't spoken with him. But I'm not against anything. I think he's a good guy. I'm on Portland. I'm the one in Portland Laura's staying with. Nice. See, then I love you definitely works. We've got Pearl Snappy in the chat. Hi. In case you didn't know, there's a lot of GoFundMe's going around. And if you can contribute to Pearl and Selfless Legal Fund, please definitely do so. Pearl, if you want to pop up your link in the chat, that way we can try to help get your legal fund taken care of. Cookie Minion 278. I was happy to hear we're still cancer free, right? Yeah, that one was a big relief. Now we just need to find out if my liver's failing. And then it's like, I don't even drink and I have no intentions of ever drinking again. We went to the Viper Room and I drank water. I drank bottled water. I know how relieving that news is. Now tackle the other issues successfully. That's my plan. That is my plan. Comment, I live an hour away from LA. Too bad I wasn't able to see you. But once a witness, if I'd only known, then we could have, Carrie and I stopped for a couple things. And once we stopped, it was basically, we hit the road. Haha, Tom just said, Liz should do a live with me because I'm cool. Tom, because you're the time of the month, always. You're always cool. Sorry, that's the one thing that my family used to always say is it that Tom? Is it that Tom? And so it was that awkward moment. But I did want to let you know I'm wearing the new Lara FM shirt. She's also got a tie-dye shirt. So if you get the amazing chance to go to her concert, you'll be able to get a Lara FM shirt. Now I have one that's signed, so that one doesn't get worn a lot because when she's huge and famous and everybody's like, oh, do you remember when Lara used to play at smaller venues? I'm going to be like, yes, I do. But I got her signature. Thank you so very much. But you'll be able to purchase those from Lara. So don't forget, if you're missing an SPTV shirt or you're missing a Lara FM shirt, definitely be on the lookout. It's goldenrod, and then we've got goldenrod tie-dye. So it is going to be c'est magnifique. I know she has them all with her. Crazy Love is Love. I've done a live with you, and it is amazing. But oh, crud, I didn't get a shirt. On the hunt. You can also get them on her website at the Lara FM website. But I know that she's got some with her. So her next destinations, get them before they sell out. Because once they sell out, you'll have to wait till she can order more. But so to start things off, we're going to go back to my first memory. Now, my very first memory is one of the pictures that is taken on the original live. Let me see if it'll let me pop it up. And of course, it's telling me I can't. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so it's a picture of me and my mother on my 6th birthday. Now that picture was taken just outside of Incom, and basically what had happened was my mom threw me a little birthday party in Incom when I was, no, not 6. I was 3 or 4. I believe I was 3 or 4. She always used to tell me, you're tall for your age. You can get away with stuff. That's why when I used to fly at 3 years old, everybody would tell the flight attendants that I was 5. Because I was tall for my age. No, I'm just tall. I'm stocky. Hold on. Cookie Minion. Liz, you should not do a live with me. It would dull a dishwasher. Never, never. It would be amazing. Whoever we do a live with, it'll just be amazing. Because realistically, that's what it's all about, guys. It's about getting to know each other. It's about going through some of the stuff that it's in the past, as well as not only being in the past, but working your way through it using the memories that you have. Now, I know that the mods are probably still going to pop up my Venmo links, but don't forget Pearl Snappy. If it comes down to it, I'd rather, as much as I need the help, I'd rather you guys help her with her legal fees so that way she can get that taken care of. Haggis Basher, you were probably taller at 5 than I am now. Well, I don't think so, but I was at least tall for my age. Auntie M, I laughed really hard when you told me in Austin, you make me feel small. Ah, love you. That's because you're tall, like tall. And then Pearl was even shorter than me. So it was like, but her personality screams, hi, I'm here. And, you know, I'm here and I'm a doctor. Get used to it. You know, it's, you know, get in your Colts kind of thing. So that's always nice. Thanks, y'all. Pearl and Selfless GoFundMe. There's the link. If you can, please definitely help her out with legal fees. I mean, she's out there on the ground, foot to, you know, ear to the floor, letting everything hang out so that way she can get it all taken care of. And now she's facing some legal fees because of it. So if you can help, that would be great, because the trick is, and here's the God's honest truth. The more people that bring the legal to the courtroom, the more time Scientology is going to lose. The more time Scientology loses, the more attention that it brings. So every single court case matters. And every single court case, you can see whether they go from 0 to 1,000, or you can see all of the different information. You've also got all of the people that have the phone reports for people actually calling in and lying to the police, but nothing happens to them. They're making wild accusations like they've never seen, you know, a fart in the wind or something. And all of a sudden a fart in the wind turns into something worse. Okay. I'm a dense little nugget of volume. Yes, you are. Size doesn't matter. Personality does. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if you've got no personality, it doesn't matter what your size is. Plus, plus she has the discovery, and I cannot wait for that live. That live is going to be so funny. I'm probably going to be like grabbing my stomach or grabbing my back. Just hearing part of it, I'm telling you guys, it's, you know, you're going to be rolling in your shoes, rolling on the floor. You're going to be rolling all over the place, just laughing hysterically. So I can't wait for her to do that live. Okay. Each court case becomes a legal document incident for us later. That's right. Salty Italy. It basically puts a foundation of, you know, when this person, like, you know, Scott winning, I keep thinking of his actual, like his, you know, I keep wanting to just say, find Streets. Like Streets case, he won it. And then look at him. He showed up and said, hey, you owe my lawyer a bunch of money because you just got, and now it's on there. It's legally bound in there that he won. And this bullshit that they've been serving up on a silver platter is just that. It's just horse manure. That's all it is. So now I'm not saying every single court case is horse manure, because I know a lot of people are going to have to fight for what, you know, what they should get in the Constitution all by themselves, you know, but freedom of speech comes, you know, it's looking like it comes at a cost, and it shouldn't come at a cost. You should be able to have your freedom of speech. So anyway, if you can, that would be amazing. If not, we definitely understand. If you cannot support monetarily, it's totally okay. Just being here means the world to everyone. Okay. It's going to be epic. Yes, it is. I'm so happy to hear you like the rainbow sign. Oh, I do adore it. I love it. I have it hung up, and it means a lot to me. So thank you so very much. Glenda, does it help if you call the local paper or news channels to see if they can bring attention to it? Absolutely. Absolutely, that would help. Eventually, the court system will realize who's been in the wrong the whole time. Exactly. But in order for them to realize it, there's got to be numerous court cases. And with these court cases, each one is a step in the right direction, because each one you can relate, you know, Pearl versus Texas, Selfless versus Texas, whatever those, you know, different courts that they have to be in are. And then once you refer back to that, once they win, you know, because let's be real, we won't know all the discovery until Pearl exposes it to us. Other than that, we just have to sit back and wait for her to release it all. Each case will help build a mountain that can't be ignored. So proud of all these fighters. Give it to them. That's right. That is right. Minion 52, good to see you. But yes, the more attention, the better. Because the more that you actually put it out there, the more people will understand, hey, some of us are covered in emotional scars. Hey, some of us are covered in actual scars. Some of us still have a lot of trust issues because, you know, for me, I was a human punching bag. There was a, you know, as I've talked about before, Stan, he was, first we were allowed to be on the street. We were allowed to play in pack-based areas. So the blue buildings that you see, we all played around there. We also got sent to the Cadet Academy. You know, some of us learned how to escape by climbing the fence. And the trick was, is you just couldn't get caught. If you got caught, then you were taken to your parents and then you were going to be put into auditing as to why are you trying to get away from the Cadet Academy? Maybe because every child smells like dirty diaper and it is not a fun place to eat because why? They didn't bring snacks. It was literally a bunch of, you know, for anybody that's read the Lord of the Flies is the best way I can explain the Cadet Center. Lurk mode. I always love lurk mode. Love you. Love you too. Thank you so very much. Oh, whoops. Liz, do you know what the Golden Era uniform looks like now? They're setting up an event at Blue, and there's some in all black, some in gray, and shirts, black pants. That sounds more like the Rehabilitation Project Force, if you're talking about gray and black. That sounds like the RPF. Usually with Golden Era, they used to be in a light blue polo. That was a big thing, and it said Golden Era Productions because you were just so special if you had the Golden Era Productions on your chest. So everybody loved that little thing. It also let people know, but it was a polo. You know, it used to be a polo, so I don't know if anything's changed to t-shirts, but girls, I know you're sleeping, but breathe. Sounds like someone's having a dream right now. But if you do have questions in regards to it, definitely reach out to Pearl, reach out to Selfless, show a little bit of love because they're going to be fighting the good fight. And, you know, to be completely honest, you know, I want to talk about my childhood and I want to talk about the things that I've been through. But recent events have basically caused me to realize that, you know, the main thing that we're here for, the main thing I'm here for is my dad. I want to see Bob Ferris. I want to see my dad before he passes on, or I just want to be face to face with him and tell him that I love him, to be given the opportunity that some of us haven't received in years. Like, I want to be able to say, I love you. I want to be able to tell him that no matter what he chooses, if he suddenly says, you know what, Elizabeth, I want to stay here, then I'm going to say, okay. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to let people know, you know, what's going on in Scientology or what happened. But my biggest goal is honestly to get my dad out. My goal is not to hurt people, not to twist things, not to, you know, be covertly hostile. It's literally, you know, for lack of better terms, I'm just trying to be me and the best me that I can be and be able to look at myself in the face and know that I gave every bit of everything I had to try to get him out. Because for me, I'm always going to remember the tall, blonde hair, blue eyes, really, really thick blonde mustache with like there in the center, there'd be the tar marks because he smoked so much. So the center of his mustache would be one color and the rest of it would be a blonde. But he smoked so much that I remember, you know, his mustache smelled like cigarettes. But at the same time, it's like, I also remember that when he gave you a hug and you felt it deep into your soul. Like he was hugging you, like he wasn't going to get to see you for a little bit, but it's okay because as soon as he hugs you, you're just stuck in that moment of that hug. You know, I remember being little and him throwing me on his shoulders. I remember, you know, when I joined the Sea Org, I had gotten ordered to go hang out with Gold at Magic Mountain. And for me, it was, I didn't really want to be there because I didn't want to be honest, I didn't want to be ordered to go hang out with my dad. I wanted to be there because Golden Era and my dad really wanted me there. And so for me, a lot of the Golden Eras didn't talk to me because I was from a lower org. But my dad and his wife talked to me, and a couple of his friends got to meet me. And that was nice because it was a memory where we spent the day, you know, walking around. I was a Sea Org member. He was a Sea Org member. But then I realized, you know, I wasn't happy. Marina, we'll replay later. Bye, loves. Well, it was nice to see you. Thank you so very much for coming and visiting. I appreciate you. If Surge is live right now, we can hurry up and speed that up because I want to be able to see what Surge is talking about. Okay. We can't wait to be back out there. We can't wait to show the idiots what's up. We want to stand up for Bob Ferris again. That's right. That's right. Okay. Roll that like button. Roll that like button and smoke the subscribe. Thank you so very much, everyone. Candace, aka also known as Mark Barker, Liz, you deserve to hear it straight from him, nobody else. That's right. I deserve to hear it from his mouth that he wants me to stop. And if he really wants me to stop it, I'm a phone call away. Otherwise, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep phoning in welfare checks. I'm going to keep phoning in that he could literally call me and this would all stop. I'm not trying to threaten him. I'm just trying to say that his family's out here ready to fight for him. Cricket Cinema, so good to see you. Okay. Also keep an eye out for Selfless Channel for some more Fortnite gaming with Doctor Who Heather. Nice. Nice. That is going to be cool, guys. That is going to be so very cool. Okay. All right. Glenda, good to see you. Pearl, I forgot. You were in Texas. Are you in Texas? Yes, she is in Texas. Yes, ma'am. But yes. So for me, I'm trying something new. I'm trying to discuss what we've needed to discuss, to go over stuff from the childhood, whether it be sneaking into the garage that's across the street from Pack Base where you see all those cars parked and stealing bikes because we weren't allowed to have our bikes. And the only bikes that were there were locked in the garage. Some of them weren't locked. Some of them were just laying down. And then we would borrow them and we'd always return them, always. Because it wasn't about taking someone else's stuff. It was about borrowing their bikes so that we can go be kids, go play around, go have some fun. Because we didn't have a lot of fun. The food was not good in comparison between my grandma's cooking, who didn't really know how to cook. She could burn an egg, guys. Like my grandma could burn an egg. I didn't know that was actually possible, but she had a way of making eggs look like little hockey pucks. Crazy Loves Love. I can't wait to the day that I meet you too. Very happy this is my first stream back after taking a break from the community. Well, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm sorry that you had to take a break from the community, but I definitely understand. Because I mean, for me personally, I get to that point where I need breaks. Because right now I'm trying to focus on my medical. I'm trying to focus on getting the ridiculous amount of hospital bills covered. But it's literally been, this has been a bumpy road. And there are times that it feels very overwhelming. And there's times that it feels like we're on the right path. Finally, with this legal avenue, we're at least on the right path. We're all on this right path that if I can get my dad and a court case, then everyone else can use that very same court case to file their own motions and their own things for their family so they can get their family out. The more people we can get out, the better. Because realistically, guys, it's our parents, it's our family that is stuck in there. And we just have to try. We have to try to let people know. We have to try to drive around and hold signs and say, hey, it's a cult. Just so you know, it's a cult. It's a cult. You know? But you got to try the best that you can to get the message out. Now, the other message that I wanted to say is, I want to talk about my childhood. I'm sorry, I'm fidgeting, guys. My back is starting to not like me all of a sudden. But I'm getting to a point where it's like I'm doing Hail Marys. And in this Hail Mary, it's a Hail Mary to get my dad. I don't know how else I can put it, but we're at Hail Mary territory. It's bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, 3 strike, or 2. Let's try it again. 2 outs, 3 balls. And you're just hoping that next pitch is going to be a strike and you're going to crush it out of the park. It's bottom of the ninth for me, guys. And for me, that means that I have to try. I have to try to get him out one last time. And this legal avenue is the best that we've had because at least it gives us a point to work off of. And if he wanted me to stop, he can literally call me and ask me to stop. He can call me. And then I would let you all know that I finally got to hear from my dad. And then I got to tell him, hey, by the way, I was told you were dead. That's why I didn't reach out to you. That's why we stopped talking. I was told you were dead. So now that I know you're not dead and you're there digging ditches, and in case anybody was wondering, hold on one second, because I wanted to show people what keeps me going. And sometimes what keeps me going is not what a lot of people think. For me, this is what keeps me going. That's my father. There's the blue polo that I was referring to. And that is him digging a ditch. As you can see that he is surrounded by other ditches that other people have had to dig, or even himself. His fair skin, you can't tell about the mustache, but he has white hair now. Same haircut he's had for years. And he does not tan at all. Thank you for the fair skin, Dad. I appreciate it. But what also reminds me of what I grew up with is this. This is my mom. This is the garage where all the bikes were hidden, where you see the RV and you see the Pinto. I think that's a Pinto. But that is my mom. That is what most people remember about my mom, Sandra Ferris. And that is her riding a motorcycle, hiking up her Class A uniform, and riding around Pack Base or riding to go get something. And no, she didn't wear a helmet, but she did have her aviator glasses on. So as long as her eyes were protected, we don't need to know about the skull. But, back then it wasn't as heavily pushed to wear a helmet. But that's what keeps me going, is knowing that these people are there. These people are stuck. These people need help. They may not even know that they need help because they don't know that they have family out there that's willing to help. So for me, that's what keeps me going. And both of my parents are 73 years old. Yes. How old is he out there digging ditches? Yep, 73. Question, what is your mom's name? Sandy Ferris. She went by Sandy. Sandy. She was the LRH comm of AOLA. All right. And most people, looks like a Datsun. Oh, okay. Okay. I can definitely see that, Peter. I can definitely see that. But that garage is where those bikes were hidden. And we had to sneak in there to get those bikes out. And then we would pedal and have a good time and just be free kids in Los Angeles. Now, would I recommend it? No, at 6 years old, I definitely should not have been riding a bicycle around Los Angeles with another 6-year-old. It was not a smart thing to do. But at the same time, we didn't have supervision. AOLA kids were a lot different because they didn't have a nanny sitter. They didn't have, one person that they went to. And then a lot of us were like, okay, we want to go to regular school. No, you're not going to go to regular school. You're going to go to special school. And in this special school, they're going to teach you about LRH. And then come to find out, my math was just increasing. I was getting better and better and better at math. Okay, math. But I didn't know how to read. I did not know how to read. Here I was in 2nd grade. I knew how to look words up in a dictionary because I knew my alphabet. But other than that, I had no idea what the word was actually saying. I knew in my first dictionary, which was actually called My First Dictionary, and it's primarily pictures. I knew how to find things in there, but not all the words made sense to me. It basically kind of went because I didn't know how to read. And it wasn't until my mom got out in 1990 that I went to a public school. And from that public school, I had gotten special training on how to read. So then they caught me up on how to read. So then once I was able to read, then my math continued growing and continued growing. So that way I was done with all my math by my sophomore year of high school. And, you know, I loved reading, but it had to be a good book. It had to be something different than what I was living. Your mom, Oshi, your relationship with your mom is still improving. Yes, every single day. Every single day. Grim Adam, so good to see you. Hi, Liz and everybody. That's right. But that is what keeps me moving forward. You also have stories like Serge Obolinski, where he was put out on the street and basically left to fend for himself. He got found, and now he's in a, you know, he has a nice room. He has the ability to paint. He has his claws, so that way he's allowed to actually grab silverware, and he loves it. But he shouldn't have had to live through that by himself. He should have had friends. He should have had family. I wish that we would have found him sooner. You know, if I could have found him sooner, I gladly would. You know, but as it is, I can talk to him and tell him that I love him and tell him that if he needs anything, I'm right here. Because that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me doing this, is people like Serge Obolinski and everyone out there that's like him. People like Miriam that had to go through hell and in a handbasket. You know, it's everyone's story is so unique and so needing to be out there, so that way we can hear and we can grow and we can learn. Yes, we definitely love Serge O. I wish I can tell you that I had all the answers. I wish I could tell you that it was a hop, skip, and a jump away. What I can tell you is I know a lot of people out there talk, and I want to say thank you to so that photo is as recent as anybody could find. That was taken by a newspaper man that found my dad. And he knew him. So he took pictures of it, and then I got sent it. So that is very new to me. I don't know what year they were taken. But it's very new to me, and it's very heartbreaking. Because whether it was done in 2004, whether it was recent, the idea that he's digging those holes and his body is meant to fit in each of those holes is just not something I want to imagine my dad doing. Amber, I miss Sasha too. Sasha was very important in my life. He was the first boy I kissed. He was the first boy that I married. So I guess I did kind of get married. We were like 7 years old, 8 years old. So I don't quite recommend it. It's not legal. But we used to tell each other we were going to grow old together. You know, and I never really understood what that meant. I just thought it meant that I was going to have a best friend for the rest of my life. We did skateboarding. We did biking. He was my best friend. He was one of my best friends. Because I had two. But yeah, Amber, I miss him every day. Okay. That was a great docu that Mark and Claire did about Serge. It was a very informative on everything Serge has gone through. Absolutely. Okay. So again, if you are available, please go to the Lara FM show. It'll be on the 24th. And remember, you will be able to get your Lara FM t-shirts. I know there's stickers, but you'll be able to get a tie-dye or this one. Danny, hey, how have you been? You know, I have to ask, Danny, because I saw some of your symptoms. Do you still have your gallbladder? Because you said you drank a soda and it started hurting again. So I'm just curious, Danny. Me personally, I don't have a gallbladder, but that was one of the key signs when I tried to drink a soda. It was basically the uncomfortableness in my back, and everything was letting me know that there is something seriously wrong with my intestines. Corn Freak, so good to see you. So good to see you. But I don't know how long that we'll all be doing this. I don't know how long we'll be screaming to the heavens. I'm going to keep going as long as I can, and, you know, doing the best that I can to raise all the money. So to everyone that's helped, if you have any questions, please throw them in the chat. I do go over each of those questions. I try to answer any questions that come up that I can answer if I have the answer. If not, I tell you thank you. But yes, Minion 52. Yes, it's definitely something. Eloquiz, Danny, are you following me? Yes, he is following you. He is, because he knows how cool you are. Amber, I had my gallbladder out also. I was dying. I didn't know what was wrong. I couldn't keep food down. The only way that I could eat was grilled chicken and nothing on it. Yeah. Mine was liquids. So it was a whole bunch of like Pediasure kind of stuff, because I couldn't hold down food either. I couldn't hold down anything. And the pain was just, you know, Danny, you would know if you have your gallbladder, but I would definitely have someone check that, because it's definitely something that can cause some of the symptoms that you've had. All right. Yes. If you have not donated, again, this is the GoFundMe for Selfless Self and Pearl Snappy's legal funds. If you can help them, please definitely do so. Just remember that they're out there doing what they do, letting people know, keeping those doors shut. They're the ones out there. Not right now because they can't. But other than that, you know, we'll also be having a game night on Cultology tomorrow. Come play along in the chat. Don't forget to subscribe to the Cultology Twins. But I'm trying, guys, because for me it's been really tough past couple of days. I had a phone call with Carrie yesterday and today, where basically, you know, we're trying to figure out what was going on because a lot of things were being said that weren't true. And I was letting as much as I could roll off my back and not sweat it. But some of the things that were being said was a little beyond the scope of just forget it, you know, shake it and forget it. So I'm trying my best here. But if you do have questions, if there's a part that you want to know about, just remember it was June when I made my first attempt down there. It was June 2nd when I stood outside of Golden Era Productions and asked for my dad. Was told that I was an illegitimate child. He doesn't know who I am. He's communicating with Elizabeth, but he doesn't know it's me. He's not ready. So there was a lot of things that I was told, but he did whistle that trip. I know he whistled because it was the same whistle to get out of the bloody tree. So I'm hoping. And I know that the difference between wishing and hoping is hope and a prayer. And that's all I got right now, guys. So I wanted to talk about a lot more. I'd written down a lot more, but, you know, to be completely honest, I haven't been doing so good. And I can smile and I can tell you everything's going to be okay. But realistically, we have a big, long legal fight ahead of us, and we've got to do everything that we can to try to get him out. I love you too, Heather. Are the questions he asked going to be standard questions? As far as I know, I don't know what all of the questions are going to be, and that's simply for safety. I won't know the questions. There's a part of me that wants to know the questions, because then I want to know the answers to those questions, especially if it's stuff about his family or anything like that. Because I like learning, learning and loving, right? Yes, Sophia, I'm definitely going to go rest. So the same way that we always start this is the same way that we will always end it. But please remember, if you can donate to Pearl or Selfless, please definitely do so. I love you all. Have a great rest of your Friday night. Hopefully it turns out just as amazing as you are. And know that you are loved and that you're cherished. And thank you so very much. Here's some Laura.
So now you've got to dream loud,